All right, so we want to finish up how do we draw our phases of the moon. We already know that A is our new moon because it's closest to the sun. E is our full moon because it's the furthest from the sun. It's 100% bright. We know B and H are our crescents because they are the closest to the new moon, right? A to E is a waxing moon because the light is getting bigger. So B is a waxing crescent because it is less than half bright, but it's getting bigger. The light is on the right. Whereas H, the light's getting smaller. It's only one phase away from being a new moon, which is 100% dark. So it's a waning crescent because it's less than half bright and the light is on the left. We now want to figure out what are our gibbous moons, or what are the moons that are more than half bright, right? And we can find our gibbous moons, the moons that look like they're almost full moons, right next to the full moons. They look like full moons because they're almost 100% bright. So anything that's more than half bright, we call our gibbous moons. So if we look here, D and F are our gibbous moons. And so we can actually add that right to our notes. D is a waxing gibbous. It means it's getting bigger. More than half is bright. This is a waxing gibbous, so we know that the light is on the right. It's getting bigger, right? It's next to the full moon. Right, that's our waxing gibbous. And when we actually look here, and you look at, we cover the backside, right, because we can't see the backside. When you are the little smiley face looking up at this gibbous, waxing gibbous moon, you can see that there's mostly brightness. There's just a little sliver of darkness, and most of this bright is going to be on the right. All right, so that's our waxing gibbous. D is our waxing gibbous. All right, the next phase is going to be a full moon. After it gets a full moon, the next phase is going to be F, and that's going to be our waning gibbous because it's still really bright, but it's starting to get smaller. So F is our waning gibbous. It's still more than half bright, but now the light is on the left. And it's still next to the full, but it's the phase right after being full, right? Meaning this one's almost going to be a full. This waxing gibbous, it's almost full, then it's full, and this one's done being full. It's now getting smaller. We quickly want to draw this. And our best way to do this is we're going to use this, again, little moon symbol. I have to do the waning one first. It's not perfect, but it does serve our purpose. So we can see our waning gibbous. The light is on the left, and it's more than half. Again, we can even do that D trick. Oops, that's not what a D. Right, we can see that it kind of makes our D, boom, right? And if we copy this moon, we can put this over here, and we get our waxing gibbous, meaning it's more than half bright, and the light is on the right. We can do the B trick. Right, because that B would do something like this. Right, so those are our waxing gibbous, light is on the right, more than half bright, and our waning gibbous.